Hey beautiful people, so it's Friday. Just jumping in, doing this video. This is something that can really create some strain in relationships, challenges obviously as a parent, as a work colleague, as a spouse or a partner. There's so many different areas where things can be going on, and quite often we can feel that we're pulled off center or we're impacted by other people's emotions or other people's things that they've got going on. Hey Marguerite, great to have you on, darling. Hey Jackie, hey Trace, lovely to have you guys on. And I think this is something that we can all struggle with from time to time. And I know certainly for me, like the more sensitive I think that you are to others' feelings or what's kind of going on for other people as well, this can really can really impact us at times as well. Hey Christy, lovely to have you on. Hey Tisha, and I'm glad that it resonates, Marguerite. We can definitely chat about this today. Things. I hope that I'm really hoping it comes back on. I'd say it's due to the weather. I have switched my Wi-Fi off because sometimes that can be a challenge as well. Just give me the thumbs up, guys, if you can still see me or hear me. Hopefully I'm not rambling on for no reason at all. Awesome, thank you so much. So I do apologize. Yeah, the weather is kind of crazy here today, so it might be interfering a little bit with the connection. The main thing is to come back to who is it that I need to be. Come back to your own integrity, come back to your own authenticity. And quite often I will write down, so if this is with an intimate partner, or if this is with I'm just trying to think of other situations like with one of your kids, and we start projecting our own rules, our own beliefs onto that particular person, then it's coming back to who is it, and write down a list. In order for me to be happy, who do I need to be? That's actually what we need to get our eyes on. Now, the other trick to this, and it's so magical, I love how this works, is because when we do the reflective work, so often when we're advising others or we're telling others what they should be doing or what we believe that they should be doing or how they should be behaving, or we're thinking that, we may not actually be verbalizing that, but we might have our own thoughts, our own opinions about how other people, hey Kaylee, great to have you on, darling, on how other people should be. Now we've got to swallow our own pill, guys. This is our own medicine. So they should be kinder. I should be kinder. They shouldn't be so judgy. I shouldn't be so judgy. It might be they should be more positive, or they should be more excited about life. Oh, I should be more positive. I should be more excited about life. We're always giving others our own medicine. So, if there's stuff coming up, and I've just seen this so clearly for myself, again, it's so magical because it always will help you to come back to who is it that I need to be. I used to, years and years ago, when I was very low in self-worth, very low in self-love, and I used to have a lot of beliefs, I'm all alone, nobody supports me, nobody loves me, and please let me know if this is resonating, and if you guys have any particular hooks here, and when I say hooks, you're emotionally hooked into a situation, more than happy to kind of work through that with you as well, because it's so powerful. When we can really get the power of this, guys, it will set you free every single time, and that's what brings you back, and will also attract more authentic and congruent relationships with yourself as well, because it's all the sticky stuff inside that actually, and when I say sticky stuff, our own inner beliefs, or our own inner thoughts, or how we're actually vibrating, or our own habitual emotional resonance, which actually keeps attracting these circumstances. And when you step back into who it is that you really need to be, if you're taking 100% responsibility, so being self-responsible 100% for your own emotions, for your own behaviors, for how you're showing up, then you set everybody else free in the process. Hey Lisa, great to have you on, darling. And that's the power in this, guys, is because, oh my God, suddenly you're easier to be around as well, because you're no longer projecting onto others, but also you just feel better within yourself, and you're no longer playing the blame game. The blame game is a tough game to play, guys, and oh my God, I could put my hands up a million times. I've felt that way. I've been pulled out of my center more times than I care to remember, and get really frustrated about that. But whenever I'm blaming somebody else, now I've given away my power. Now I'm not being responsible. Now I'm blaming them for how I feel. Nobody has the power to make you feel a particular way often we are doing this to ourselves. 99.9% of the time we're doing it because if you're hooked by what somebody's saying to you or about you, or whether it's criticizing or just their behavior, if you're hooked by that, there's something going on inside of you that's also reflective in that. So you've judged yourself for being that particular way, or you've made that behavior wrong within yourself. Now, some people might say, but they shouldn't be rude. They really shouldn't be a rude person. And so where this might be is that you've got a really strong black and white rule. You might have been reprimanded as a child if you were rude, or you didn't have good manners, or I'm just kind of using that as an example. But sometimes maybe you should be rude if somebody's coming to attack you or assault you. Like, it's 100% appropriate to be rude in that moment, right? So, like, everything has context, but when we've judged that part of ourselves or we've made it wrong, you are going to be triggered by other people doing that particular behavior every single time, guys. And if you're particularly sensitive around, so if somebody says, you're overweight or you should focus more on your health, they're projecting their own stuff onto you. But the only time it can stick is if you've made that wrong within yourself, or you feel that way about yourself, or you're not being loving and kind to yourself. And so that's where we really get bugged by somebody else, because it's just like, that's so frustrating, and that's so annoying, or why do they keep behaving that way? So, and control is a big one. Like, I know there was a time in my life where I felt completely powerless and completely out of control in a particular situation in my life, and I was pushing so hard against that other person, trying to get them to behave a particular way because I felt that they were controlling me, right? Now, I want you to really get that anytime it feels like somebody's trying to control you, you are trying to control them back. It's like, if you would behave differently, I would feel better. We can't actually create from that place. You can't attract what it is that you're wanting from pushing so hard against what you don't want to attract. You have to come back to, who is it that I need to be in this particular situation? How do I need to speak up for myself without feeling like I need to push back? And it's a tricky one, guys. And I've worked in depth with people around this, because we've got to align ourselves. We've got to come back to, what is it that I want to create for myself? And if I was already doing that, if I'd already created that, if I already had this amazing loving relationship, or if I already felt that I was lovable, or I was enough, or I was any of those things, how would I feel now? And I can promise you, when you maintain that vibration, those other situations absolutely drop away. It is like a miracle happens. It's crazy. I've had it happen again and again and again. When I do the inner work, when I clear up my sticky beliefs that are attracting that situation to me, now I feel great within myself, and everybody else can carry on. And that situation just literally just drops away. It just no longer comes into my reality anymore. It's so powerful. So whenever there's this feeling of they shouldn't be rude, or they should love me and accept me, flip that around. I should love and accept me. I should perhaps love and accept them. Where are we not doing that? This is a big one. Even respect. This was a huge hook for me for a long time. They should respect me and appreciate me. Oh my God, I so was not respecting myself, and I so was not appreciating myself. They should value my time. They shouldn't waste my time. Where are you not valuing your time? Where are you not putting in the boundaries that you need to in order to be able to create the life that you're wanting to? So again, like, any time where like they should or they shouldn't, they're our own rules, guys. We've got to swallow our own pill. And if it's not a pill that you need to swallow, then realize it is a rule that you are projecting onto others, and it's just your own rule. If you feel that you're living in alignment with that, but often what I found when I dig a little bit deeper, I'm definitely either not doing that in the moment, or I've just not done that in the past. I might have shifted that behavior now. I'm no longer like that. I'm no longer feeling needy or clingy or insecure in the moment. But has there been a time in the past when I've done that? Absolutely. There's so many different ways that, they shouldn't be anxious, they shouldn't be insecure, they should love themselves more. Like, all of that is our own medicine. It's our own pill to swallow. So I truly hope that that's been helpful. The biggest two things out of this, so the biggest two takeaways is, number one, write down who you need to be whenever you feel pulled off center. Who is it that I need to be in? If I was already taking 100% responsibility for my own life, for my own happiness, who is it that I need to be right now? And I just want to kind of share like something else as well, because I think this can be a big one, particularly for women, probably on all levels, was a thing around finances as well. This was a huge one for me. Hey, Jerry. And it was like, oh my God, they should be supporting me, or they should be, helping share the load financially or anything else. And again, it was just a reflection of, I should be supporting me. I should be taking care of my own finances. And I think sometimes, we can buy into some of those beliefs. And again, we're just not taking our own medicine around that. So write down who it is that you need to be in order to stay centered. What medicine are you trying to project onto other people? What rules are you saying that they need to live by? Because the rules, it really does make it difficult for us. We can end up in this black and white situation. And often, like I said before about, being rude, there's not always a black and white situation. There's, loads of gray in between. Sometimes it's appropriate for us to do that naturally or not. But when we've made it a black and white rule, I should or I shouldn't, now we're projecting that onto other people, and it will always keep you trapped. It will always knock you off center when somebody else is bucking your current or not being the way that you believe that they should be. And this is just purely a reflection of a rule that we've created for ourselves that now we're limited by, now we're trapped in, now we can't actually feel the full freedom of being able to genuinely and authentically express and be who we naturally are. When we come from that place of absolute love for ourselves first, we can't help but be loving and kind and compassionate with others. It's when we've allowed ourselves to be drained, or ourselves to be taken advantage of, or ourselves to, there's so many situations around that. And I was in a really challenging situation for a long time where I didn't feel loved, I didn't feel appreciated, but I allowed all of that. And it was a tough pill for me to swallow initially, because I just wanted to keep blaming the other person, but it never set me free. I was giving my power away constantly to that situation by blaming that particular person. So it's tricky when we're living that way. Hey, Kate, great to have you on, Dylan. So take back your responsibility. If you are 100% self-responsible for your happiness, for your finances, for your health, for every area of your life, what is it that you'd be doing? Who is it that you'd be? How would you be showing up today? What's the medicine that you're projecting onto others? They should or they shouldn't. Flip that back around. Take your own medicine, guys. And I promise it will set you free every single time. So have an amazing day. Lots of love to you. And your relationships will absolutely improve, like triple fold with that. Now, if you are feeling stuck around this, I do have an amazing webinar coming up on the 22nd, Thursday the 22nd at 1 p.m. You can register, get the replay later if you're not available at that time. And it's all about how we give away our power in relationships and with money. So it will be a super, super powerful webinar. It also relates to the second chakra, which for physical issues for women can relate to uterus, ovaries, cysts on ovaries, polycystic ovaries. All of that's like loads of emotion on our creativity, on where we feel blocked, on where we feel like it's not safe to own our own power. It can be like around relationships, all of those things. If you've had a lot of period issues, gynecological issues, I know for myself, like I had precancerous cells that I needed to get removed back in 2012, and a lot of it had to do with just my own sexuality, with my creativity, with who I felt that I was as a woman, all of those things. And we give our power away so often in those things, and or in those particular areas of money and relationships. It's the two biggest things that impact particularly that torso area for us females, so it can be really, really tricky as well. So bless Marguerite. I'm so pleased. It's so powerful when we can give these tools to our kids as well and help them come back on track as well for themselves, or set themselves free, because like our kids need to learn how to be resilient. It can be really tricky in the schoolyard. I still remember being called fat and all sorts of other things in the schoolyard, and that stuff can penetrate deeply, particularly if we're a little bit sensitive, or our self-worth has been challenged at times as well by either the thoughts that we've had about ourselves or by particular life circumstances. And again, we've got to come back, how can I love, appreciate, appreciate myself? What is it that I like, love, and appreciate about myself? How can I act more respectful for myself? If I was somebody that respected themselves already, how would I be showing up? How would I be feeling about myself? What would I be communicating with myself? All of those things. Take the time to set yourselves free, guys. Jump into the webinar on the 22nd. I'll pop the link below for you guys if that really resonates, and would love to see you on there. And of course, feel free to like, love, and share this video if that's been really helpful for you and really resonates for you as well. So loads of love. Have an amazing day, guys, and look forward to having a great weekend, and lots of gratitude to you all as well. So much love. Bye.